BetOnline is your number one source for all your summer sports this season, from MLB, golf, NBA, and NHL playoff stats. All the latest stats, news, and scores are available to you to follow your favorite teams. So get the latest odds and lines, including the latest team matchups, player props, and odds on just about every sport out there. Head to the website today or use your mobile device to get in the action. BetOnline, where the game starts. So did you watch Dynamite?
Yeah, I did.
So they open so did you read that? Did you see where Alvarez says that nobody knows what's going on in the show till like an hour before the show?
Yeah.
Right. I mean, you can tell because they just open the show and get straight to matches, and the announcers really don't even know what they're having to like recap, or they just go straight to the match, right? So Don Callis is in there commentary for this. It's Ospreay and Cassie because Trump and Roderick Strong. Will Ospreay's just kind of a mid-card guy right now. I mean, he's like a mid-card angle here, right?
Yeah, mid-card angle, but they like him. I think he's probably the most over guy until MJF comes back. What was weird to me, and that's why I wish Joe just keeps leaving. I needed to ask him something. But anyway, I had read that Joe.
Yes, sir.
You just keep leaving, dude.
You went to get a drink, so I went to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway.
Yeah, guys.
So can you look this up? First of all, where was this show? Is this in Vegas or no?
This was in where were they?
Bakersfield, California.
Bakersfield, California.
This was their 5th year anniversary, right? Or is that Sunday?
Sunday.
Okay. Yeah.
Now, tell me if this is correct or not. It said there were 2,300 people there?
Yeah, 2,292.
Whoa. So, okay, I actually saw the whole show. The only thing I fast forwarded with the commercials because I was really high and I just said I wanted to watch everything. I thought this match was okay. Let me look at the ratings real quick.
Well, here's what happened.
Here's a final rating.
That was 713.
713.
What was it last week?
Like 670.
Still, bro, you're at the low 700s.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I mean,
it's not good. It's not good from what you.
No, they're stuck. They're in. They had their small. They're not growing anything.
I want to see what had the highest segment. I'm going to assume Swerve and Christian, but let's see. No, Strong because I wonder if it's the lead-in, because the lead-in was Strong, and then the second was at 786, and then after that it just kept going.
Well, it's just this is not right.
Yeah. So okay, So I thought this match was really good. Okay.
And Wardlow comes out and interferes after the match. They beat up.
Right. I thought that was great. So. Wardlow came out of nowhere. He hadn't been seen in a long time. Okay. Barrett, I'm sorry. I was hoping that the heel thing would give him a little bit more. And I'm still haven't given up on him, but he doesn't look intimidating. He dresses like JoJo. I think he wears either him or one of the guys that come out with Roderick Strong. They wear that old school Mike Tyson shirt with nothing on the sides. They just dress indie. They look indie. They act indie. Nobody there really comes off as a star. It was good to see Wardlow. I didn't expect that. I would have ordered Wardlow to powerbomb Ospreay for me before I hit him with the belt shot. And I felt that, bro, that belt shot was just so gratuitous because he's just bleeding and he's grimacing on the floor, and that was it. And I was like, okay, this did nothing. He should have gotten up, Disco, and see if you're with me here.
Mm-hmm.
See if you're with me here. I would have gotten up, and I would have let the people see the blood dripping on my face, and I would have tried to grab the rope, and I can, and, sell that a little bit more. It just felt gratuitous. It wasn't that effective, I thought.
Yeah. So next was...
Would you agree with any of that?
Yeah, I agree.
And I like Strong's work. He's really good. He sells really well. Bro, Beretta sold really well. And he has a really good spear. He takes care of his opponent, but it still looks effective. And again, bro, I just think they could have gotten more out of that blood. And, bro, does anybody actually think Don Callis was on commentary and he was good as usual? But does anybody actually think that Orange Cassidy is going to be part of his family?
No, but they did do a spot here where Callis helped Cassidy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we grabbed his legs.
But Cassidy didn't ask for the help.
Right. So next is So just to reiterate, they did have blood.
Can we just go back to that real quick? Because now that made me think. How would you, Konnan? How would you write Orange Cassidy as a heel? How do you make that character a heel?
Why would you make him a heel?
I'm saying
Why would you make him a heel?
I wouldn't.
Okay, I would. So that's not a good.
But is it possible?
Of course, everything's possible. But why would you?
He's like a slacker. That's not really.
Why would I?
Maybe it's his request. He's like, yeah, I just want to be heel for 6 months.
That's kind of dumb. The guy's super over. There's no reason for him to turn.
Well, he could turn though.
Of course he could turn, but there's no reason for him to.
No, but what if he does this? What if he starts bossing people around?
But why would you do that?
I'm not saying why. You asked.
You could do anything. You could do anything. You could make it if you want.
Joe,
but why would you?
Joe, that's not the question.
Well, that's
the question is bro. That's not the question though. The question is
that's the question I'm posing.
Okay, well, your question.
You can go back and forth all you want. That's the question I'm posing. Why?
Okay, well, Joe asked the original question. How would you book the guy as a heel? My answer was that's how you booked him as a heel. Yeah. That's how you booked the guy as a heel.
Yeah, right. That's all I just like. What would that look like?
You mean like what the Young Bucks are doing? Because that's what the Young Bucks are doing. Hey, tuck your shirt in. Hey, give him a fine.
Okay,
that
now, yeah. No, okay, right.
That to me is not heat. That's just being and it's not real heat.
You're just asking if, say the promoter wants you to turn Cassidy heel. You just brought up another thing. Make him part of the Young Bucks. Put him in a suit. He walks around. He's in charge of child relations. Possible. No, I don't know. Like if you want to, you could. I mean, but his character as it stands, there's nothing heelish about him.
Right.
Yeah, bro. If he went off on Tony Khan, hey, this is you dress, bro. There's so many things you could do, but my whole thing is there's no reason to turn him. He's super over.
So this was corny, bro. The problem is that they do these angles and they do these angles very indie-ish, right? So the Young Bucks are backstage and they're passing around pictures of Darby Allin's photo and said he's barred for the building.
Yeah, that's heat.
So that's supposed to be heat. Like nobody knows who Darby Allin is, right?
Well, he's definitely not going to get in, right?
Yeah. So after the security guards left, Sanjay showed up and said Satnam Singh would destroy Bryan Danielson. And Matthew said it's cool if Singh beats Danielson, but he implied it would be better if he hurt Danielson. And Dutt said as long as the money was in the envelope.
Dutt's great. Dutt is great. He's over the top. He's kind of obnoxious. Yeah. And he always has the pencil.
So Jay White, Austin Gunn, and Coleman going to make their entrance from in-ring promo. And White boasted about the group holding unified trio status. Then White listed the ways that Pac crossed him and said they gave him exactly what he asked for, what he said he wanted to feel. Pac appeared on the big screen and said Bullet Club Gold warmed him up a little bit. Pac said he provoked him, but 3 on 1 isn't exactly fair. Pac said he wanted to introduce him to his amigos, and then the Death Triangle. Pac, Penta, and Phoenix appeared on the stage along with Alex Abrahantes, and the wrestlers headed to the ring to fall with the Bullet Club. The Death Triangle cleared the ring while White and Guns and Pac challenged Bullet Club Gold to put their titles on the line at Double or Nothing. Are you excited for that match?
No, but I know the match will be good. Okay, but bro, it's to me, and I don't know, maybe this is just me. It seems so like an elementary school name. Bang, 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 bang club. Pew, pew. Like that sounds like something a kid would say. I thought the way they presented the Lucha Brothers with the lights and all of a sudden Pentagon was there, bro. That looked cool. And then they did it with Phoenix, and then they did it with Pac, and then of course they came out with Alex Abrahante, who's the antithesis of cool. He's out there dressed like he's going to a Fall Out Boy concert or something. Right. Like he has nothing. No. Has nothing to do with these guys at all.
Here's what he dresses up like.
It's like their accountant came out with them.
He dresses up like he's Michael Jackson on Halloween, but he doesn't look like Michael Jackson. That's what he looks like. So the learning tree, Jericho comes out with Big Bill waving at everybody like that, and he goes to commentary. So did you see how they got to Hook and Shibata against Hook versus Brian Keith versus Shibata?
Right.
Did you watch the Brian Keith versus that guy with the what do they call it, a boulder on Collision? Did you see any of this?
I saw Collision. I don't remember that match.
So Brian Keith wrestled Boulder, right. And these guys are supposed to be fighting for a spot in this three-way.
Okay, first of all, I forgot to say this.
Yeah, I was going to say, who is
right.
Boulder?
Look that up, Joe. Brian Keith versus Boulder.
Did Horace Boulder make a comeback? Nothing.
So Hook and Shibata both put a submission on this Brian Keith guy, and the referee rings a bell and he declared both Hook and Shibata the winner because they both had a submission on at the same time.
Okay, I guess he's one of Bear Country, of course.
Is he?
Yeah.
Pull it up.
Boulder won a bomb.
What do you want to see?
Pull him up so people know what we're talking
Okay.
about.
Yeah, is he that fat, like Murdoch looking?
Hey, he doesn't think like his boobies are a thing. Like he doesn't gimmick like his
I may be confusing him with the other country bear guy or whatever his name is.
So Hook and Shibata versus Brian Keith. Okay, so then we did Hook versus Shibata. So
this guy, Di.
Yeah,
he's part of the. I like how they have a bear in a tree. So they have that looks like the photo you sent us on the text message.
Yeah.
Where you, Billy Body, and Sean Ratsap, or who did I put? I didn't put your name.
Nah,
KG.
you put prop. Yeah. KG.
All right, so after the match, Jericho said a double submission finish would make his job a little harder by Que Sera Sera. He said he was proud of Hook and Shibata. Jericho said they would have the first ever 3-way for the FTW title. And Jericho said he wouldn't lose to anyone ever. Shivani said Tony Khan texted him to make the match official. So what did you think of this?
Well, first of all, the bounty hunter should change his name for looking for a win hunter. Nothing. Bro, he always loses, but the company likes him. Do we really need him in the pay-per-view unless he's going to win? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I just feel like they're forcing him on us, kind of like they used to do at the beginning with Jimmy Utah. Whatever happened to him? Or like they used to do with, what was the guy that danced? Daniels, what was his name?
Oh, the Daniel Garcia.
Daniel Garcia.
Yeah.
Where's he?
He was doing a dance on Collision last week, and a fan hit the ring.
That's great.
So
Wheeler Yuta is out with concussion issues. So now since January.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's 4 months with concussion. He must have gotten rocked, not silly.
The match was good. Jericho is really putting over the bounty hunter, which is his job, but it's almost like when he said that Rey Mysterio, that Marco Stunt was the next Rey Mysterio, and I was like, yeah, no way you even believe that. You know, I like how during the match, somehow Tony Khan texted them that this match was now official, right? So if you can text, why can't you show up for work? And if you can text, why can't you fire the Young Bucks? And not only that, why were you at the NFL draft the next day with a neck brace, rubbernecking around, you know, and you had a football commentator call you out on that, but you can't show up for the show? To me, there's a big gap in logic there. Am I wrong here, or am I overanalyzing this?
Not really.
Well, here's what Tony had to say. As you know, I was on the AEW media call today.
No. Did you ask a question, Joe?
I did not get a question in.
Then what?
Yeah.
I just did. They didn't get to me. There's several people, but I did listen to the whole thing. And but Tony said when he was asked about being an on-screen character,
what question were you going to ask?
I was going to ask about creative burnout and if he ever considered taking a break to refresh himself, but it never.
Really, you're going to ask him that? What do you think the answer would be? Because you know what the answer is going to be.
Here's what the answer would be. I appreciate your question.
Right.
I have thought of it, then you'd come up with a reason for why you can't.
Yeah. But yeah.
Right. Exactly.
You know. Okay. So he said about being an on-screen character. Khan says he tries to limit his appearances on TV, which is how it should be. He wants the focus of the shows to be on the wrestlers and the wrestling, even with the current Elite storyline. He said he was the only one who could lift the Young Bucks ban on Al last night, hence the very brief appearance.
Okay, so why haven't they been fired? Why hasn't he been back? Why can't he go to the show? He has a neck brace on. He's not paralyzed. Why can't he fire them? Why can't he find them?
They said the contract is ironclad.
Yeah, unbreakable.
Unbreakable.
Okay, that's unbreakable. That doesn't mean you can't get fined. That doesn't mean you can't. Come on. Why can't you show up for work? Okay. Well, why can't you show up for work, but you showed up for the NFL draft? Just as a question.
Mm-hmm.
So next is
you're going to take yourself off the grid, take yourself off. I do like Chris Jericho coming out and going, hey guys.
Yeah, I like that.
You know, I'm trying to get some more TV time. The Jericho Vortex, like all the things they say about him online, he's using it as ammunition. But I am not interested in this match. And I even wrote Jericho, hey, me and Disco had some ideas for you. You know, I thought it would be funny. Remember in WCW when he used to lean on the rail? Hey, baby. And everybody,
Right.
and I said, and then when you go into the ring, have somebody put body spray on you and sanitize you for the fans in your body. That would get heat. And I said, and Disco has a good idea. He used to do this thing called 5 minutes of disco in TNA, and you could do 5 minutes under the learning tree. And he was like, "No, got to keep it straight, man." I go, "Yeah, just do the character you're doing, but add this into it."
Right.
I don't think he liked it.
Tell him to ask Cage about the 5 minutes of disco. Ask Christian. Because Christian used to love that. Because he would do it with.
All right. And so, bro, let me tell you what I would have done. First of all, NXT did that same double tap out finish the night before.
Are we still talking about this Hook versus Shibata versus Brian Keith match?
Yeah. Why? Is there a time limit?
So, dude,
You're the
10
only
minutes
one
on
that
this
can
match.
talk long. You're the only one that can talk. I never cut you off, dude. So chill.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the thing. Bro, I would have had Jericho go into the ring, put the boots to Hook, and have Taz go, "You know what? I know this is unprofessional, but this is my son." Slide into the ring, blow up, fire up on Jericho. The place would have gone wild, and we could have done something off of that. This is very boring, does not interest me at all. And
So match was content.
with Shibata in this match, wait, let me say one thing, and tell me if you're with me. Bro, I would take Okada out of the Young Bucks group. Hear me out. I would slide in Morrison, and I would have Morrison, who's from LA. The Bucks are from LA. Perry are from the LA, and do the gimmick, that Hogan Paul has.
Yep.
I wanted to do that once in Lucha Underground. And I would take Okada, who looks cool. I would take Takeshita, looks cool. And I would take Shibata and make him a cool Japanese version, like in suits, or like, remember how Chono used to dress?
Like Yakuza, yeah.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So
Like a
next,
Japanese
so this is
shield.
so Takeshita with Callis comes up against Seidel. He beats him in 2 minutes. So he gives his words. He had the padding on his forearm is just thing. So he did like a forearm finish. So after the match, Takeshita shot Seidel his hand, which Seidel accepted like an idiot. Takeshita pulled Seidel into a suplex and put the boots to him. This is a big Seidel look like a moron here. So then John Moxley's music played, and he comes up and he shows up next to the broadcast table. There's the ring of the microphone. Then him and Takeshita square off, and Moxley hits him with the microphone. And then told me he would see him at Double Nothing. Wow. And let me tell you, dude, come on. You got Callis out there, and you got Moxley. Like you don't think of the Callis Moxley promo battle here would have been interesting television? Hey, come on.
That was very lame. He just hit him with a microphone. The guy dropped, wait till he got out of the ring, and then got up. Does that make you excited for that match?
Not at all.
Okay. And let me just say another thing.
The Quad was an eliminator.
Bro, this is, if I was there booking, one of the main things, these matches like Seidel and who did he face? Takeshita, where he's already waiting in the ring, no ring entrance. Okay. So you doubly know who's going over. Like when you're losing to WWE, all your matches need to be competitive. We don't need to see this, I feel.
So next they show the Young Bucks are walking backstage, handing out their flyers. They come in the go position, and Swerve's there by himself. Like I would have had a couple other producers sitting there. They're empty. There was 3 chairs. 2 of them were empty, and Swerve's in one of them, and they're at the go position. Like
Right, because nobody worked there.
Right. So the Swerve, so they hand out the flyers. They give one to Swerve, and Swerve crumbled it up and told him to hit his music. He's up next. And they yell like, "Hey, hit the guy's music! Hit his music!"
Right.
So
To a place where there's nobody sitting.
Right. So Wayne enters in wears a Christian is my father t-shirt. So these guys had backstories from when Swerve went and beat him up in his wrestling school. So Swerve probably gave him a little bit too much here. This has just been squashed based on the storytelling.
But they're friends, bro. They're all from Washington.
Right.
That's that Washington clique with Darby Allin and Danielson. So, they're so he's going to give him some shine.
So after the match, Killswitch attacks Swerve from behind and Christian entered the ring while Shayna Wayne checked her son from the floor. Swerve cleared Killswitch in the ring and then chased Christian to ringside. The Swerve hit Killswitch with the house call kick and chased Christian backstage. And Christian exits the building, gets in an SUV, and is trying to leave, but then he gets blocked by another SUV, and Prince Nana is driving it. So Swerve pulls Christian out of the vehicle, and Christian, for some reason, was just climbing on top of the car to get away.
Yeah.
So Swerve goes up to the car and give a DDT on top of the hood of the car. And he handed a chair to him, and then he ended up like Christian's on the hood of the car. So it looked like Swerve was going to give him a concerto on the hood of the car, but he just
ran off.
Escaped. He ran off. Yeah.
So,
This didn't make me more interested in the match, but I appreciate the effort in the storytelling here to make me more interested in the match with what they did in the post-match here.
Right. So this is being nitpicky, but he took off his belt and he was hitting Nick Wayne with it, but he was mostly hitting him like on his. If you're gonna hit him on his back, so it means something.
Right.
But they were doing some snug stuff and taking some good bumps. But the best part was when Christian, and he had done this before, if you remember, there's kind of a clap back. He went in, had thrown somebody out of his car and carjacked it and got out. So he went to do it again, but this time was blocked off by Prince Nana. What a great way to bring Nana back. You know what I'm saying? Place popped huge when that happened. And I
liked he was like drinking a coffee.
Right,
too,
yeah,
like
very
right,
lackadaisical. Right.
Right. Yeah, that was actually good.
Right.
Yeah,
that was good. Good use of him. And then of course he DDT'd him on the roof, and and he ran off. So this was good.
Right.
Yeah.
So there was one thing missing here. Where were all the guys in the faction? The used to be Nana's guys. That there was they weren't at the show.
Kyle Lowe and Brian Cage and all those guys.
Yeah, they should have been integrated into this, or at least have some type of storytelling with Nana with them.
Right.
I don't know. But that's an open-ended thing they haven't tied up yet. So next is Malachi Black against your boy Kyle O'Reilly. The announcers keep talking about what great strikers they are. They're but O'Reilly's a good work. These guys work what do you call it? The MMA fusion. Go ahead.
Brian Cage left the Mogul Embassy, it says here, and Bishop Khan.
When did this happen?
May 8th, it says on the Wikipedia. Left the group May 8th, 2024. Yeah.
Maybe a Rampage. So Black beats him in 10 minutes. He stood in the ring and the red lighting flickered. There was music and the lights returned to normal. The Black was hit with a bloodbath. Like they did the blood thing like from the old Brood. And it was actually,
or the New Blood. Don't forget about the New Blood.
Right. So then they showed Adam Copeland is dressed in black on the big screen, and Copeland smiled and told Black to be careful what he wishes for. And Copeland laughed until Black didn't seem soon. And as Caliber said, it looked like there was a crime scene inside the ring. Well, they're doing this. They didn't need Osprey bleeding in segment 1 because there you have blood there's blood all over the show now. But I don't this is just a copy of it. Like I said, they're putting the effort into doing storytelling here, but it's nothing really, I don't know. This is this angle has been done like a million times.
Yeah, I like Black against O'Reilly because they both have like a kickboxing background and they used it in the match and they look kind of different than anything else that was in the match. But bro, he had Edge's wedding ring with him and he was treating like this trophy, like it. Right, bro. There's zero heat in that. I can't believe Adam, who's very smart, thinks this is heat. This is your angle in your career. Then of course we had the Brood callback. I wonder if Gangrel will show up in the future or something. Or I wonder if somehow him and Christian and Brood get together and recreate but anyways. But it almost looked like, if you remember when they did it in WCW, which was funny because they missed twice. Remember when they missed, I think it was Nash was in the ring. Yeah, and Nash was in the background. He goes, how do you miss me? I'm 7 foot tall and WWE gets it. I love when Nash would go off.
And the first 2 or 3 rows all got splattered because of where it was directed. It splattered off the ring and hit them,
This looked like they had 2 big ketchup dispensers at 100 miles an hour and it was just coming straight down like paint, kind of,
Right.
Kind of gory and meaty looking, where the other one looked more liquidy.
So we did Tony Storm, Mariah May against Mariah and Harley Cameron. So I don't even know who this is. And maybe I missed this because I didn't even know. I'm reading this and I didn't even see this person when I was watching this match. Tony Storm, Mariah May with Luther against Mariah and Harley Cameron with Zach Knight.
Who is Zach? That's her brother. Yeah, Mariah's brother.
Mariah's brother.
Is he out there?
Show, yes, he came out with them. But I
didn't even notice him. Did he not do anything?
I don't even think they mentioned him, and obviously didn't do anything during the match. Just, hey, he's my brother. Can he get some TV time? Sure, Soraya. That's probably all it was. but he was doing this thing like on Collision, I believe, where he was like gonna have a feud with what's the guy that just got married with Ruby Soho?
The guy from the 2.0.
Our boy that we gave him the rub.
Angelo Parker.
Angelo Parker. Like they were doing something with Angelo Parker and him, and now they're not, but he was kind of on Collision. You know how that place is. That everybody hooks up their family members and friends.
So Toni Storm was in the flag that she stole from Deeb last week when she came out. But so Storm and Ryan May go over, but Storm was getting they get babyface reaction. So after the match, May and Luther held Deeb's flag in front of Storm, who acted like she was going to undo her top. Then Deeb entered the ring and hit Luther and May with a chair, and the Deeb hit Storm with the headbutt. The crowd booed. Deeb pulled a high heel out of her jacket pocket and slammed over Storm's head. And then Deeb sat in that chair that was placed over Storm, then put her in a half crab. Storm tapped while referees draw to Deeb, who eventually released the hold, headed to the back with her flag. So she's a heel, at least. So at least we have a defined heel and babyface for this match. So, what do you think is?
I thought the match was good. Mm-hmm. Cameron is obviously not in the same league as May and Storm wrestling wise. But she's like a project, kind of like Anna Jay. She has a lot of potential and she'll get better. It's kind of funny because 3 of the 4 girls are British, Yeah. And another thing that happened in this match, somehow, much like Monet and Willow, we had now Toni Storm has turned into the baby face in this feud and Deeb has turned into the heel. Remember? Because it was the other way around. Mm-hmm. And I like the fact that I think AEW caught up on that and called an audible and said, okay, let's go with Toni as the face and let's make her. And bro, I remember when Toni first came to WWE, me and Joe were on her bandwagon, even though Joe was more because she's a pog, but they really missed the boat on her when they put her with like Dolph Ziggler's groupie. And then when she first came in the AEW, she was like a baby face, couldn't cut a promo and had no charisma. The people turned on her. But now she's the most entertaining character. Plus, it's very original. Nobody's ever done this gimmick, which also makes it better. Right. And she's got a great old school look, with the old bathing suit kind of outfit, the thick thighs, the stunt wrestling. Like she does look like a throwback, 90% of the roster should take tips from what she did. I'm serious.
Yeah, it's original.
So next is so backstage, Jay White, Austin Gunn, and Colton Gunn spoke in the interview. Said Colton said there's the dead triangle. Once a shot, they have to earn it. And Colton spoke about facing the Lucha Brothers. So they announced the Bullet Club Girl versus Death Triangle for Double or Nothing, and said the match is non-title now, but that may change before Sunday night. So, that's completely not interesting. So the main event is Brian Danielson versus Saddam Singh for some reason. Singh is still very, very green, but they made him look pretty tough here. They do a deed, so Danielson applied the LeBell lock on Singh late in the match, and Lethal and Jarrett attacked him for the DQ. The broadcast team said it wasn't about winning for Singh, it was about him and his crew cashing in the bounty that the Elite put on Danielson's head. And Danielson got the better of Jarrett and Lethal, but Dub hit Danielson from behind. And Danielson tried to hit Dub with Jarrett's guitar, but Dub moved and Singh punched the guitar. He's punched right through the guitar, and the heels worked over Danielson. Then they beat up Danielson. The Young Bucks made their entrance and brought an envelope filled with cash. Then they gave it to Sanjay, and he was all happy. Then the Bucks set up for a TK driver, but Danielson moved and pulled their knees together. Then Kakata's music played, and Jack Perry entered the ring and attacked Danielson from behind, so it's a 4-on-1. 8-on-1 if you consider talking with the other guys. And they were going to do something to him on the stage on a table. Then a big screen showed a car arriving, and Darby Allin exited the vehicle and bumped fists with the driver, Tony Khan. Tony Khan drove Darby to the show.
What?
Allin had
I didn't see Tony Khan there.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was a driver, and he fist bumped it. So that was his spot. So Allin had what looked
like... So he could drive Darby to the show, but he can't be at the show. Okay.
So he had what looked like a gun. It looked like a machine gun or something, but Allin had the ring, and it was
like a flamethrower.
It was a flamethrower.
Yeah, flamethrower, yeah.
So he had his flamethrowers, and then they ran off the heels. So that... So this is...
So let me see if I got this right. I own the company, but I'm not going to show up for work, but I will chauffeur this guy over there.
Yeah. But now
I
he's
just want to make sure I got this. All right.
So that was the show. Now let me say something about the show. Okay, they maybe and this is a change that we're seeing. Okay, but this show has always been primarily focused on in-ring stuff. I will give them credit because a lot of their angles were like outside the
100%.
ring, in the parking lot, just doing stuff
100%.
like. So that if they started telling stories like that, it'll make the show more interesting. Okay, the effort was there, so they did go up like about 40,000 people from last week.
For the company that doesn't want to be like WWE, that's what they're looking like.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, Konnan, bloodbaths, flamethrowers. That's like attitude era.
Right.
But here was the thing: I'll only give them they didn't need blood for the Osprey thing. It was unnecessary. Okay, they're
unnecessary, and he didn't sell it right.
Right. They should have had blood when Serena Deeb hit the girl with the sole of her shoe.
Right.
That should have been the blood instead of the lethal thing. But there should have been any blood if you were doing the Cumberland thing anyway. Right.
Yeah.
Right. So. But the effort was there and doing the outside the box stuff. So at least maybe they're creatively trying to.
Poor Singh, he's not a really good seller, bro. He's a really nice guy. He's worked in Mexico. Really, really cool guy. And he is talented for somebody that size and that unexperienced. But like, bro, Sanjay is an over-the-top character who pays attention to details. So when they gave him the envelope, he looked inside at the thing, and they should have had a close-up of that.
Like how much it was.
Yeah, then just show a lot of money in there, show him marking out over it, because he did a good job of that, and they didn't zone in on him. Just like you said, Ricky, whatever, Zach Ryder, what's his name? Zach Knight.
Right.
Came out, they never even showed him, they didn't even said anything about him. Okay, so what, what do you think of the show overall, Disco? You like the stuff I like that they're doing, the stuff like,
Yeah. Creatively they're doing
right.
Not just ring on 50.
Right. And they had a good video on Willow and Monet.
Right. But the only thing, I'm just still not interested in a lot of these matches on this pay-per-view. So, that's my take. I mean, I'm still the effort is to do better effort, the type of TV I like better. They
got some good matches on the pay-per-view, and they'll be bangers, and they always deliver on the pay-per-view. So, yo, what's up? I just want to thank you guys for watching this clip. Don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe, and join our YouTube membership for hours and hours of exclusive, unedited, uncensored content. And being a member will help you get involved in our upcoming live streams. Thank you for your support. Thank you for riding with us. I know you got a lot of other podcast choices, be it wrestling or other ones. And thank you for picking us. Boom.